I'm DJ Abisalih, and joining me now is Brian Burke, the General Manager of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Mr. Burke, the big news around this time of the year, of course, is Team USA, and you really have to be happy about what you saw at the World Junior Championships.
That was a big day for USA Hockey. Obviously, we're all very excited, very proud of the team. I do think before we pound our chest too much, you have to acknowledge there are some Canadian players that were not available. And shouldn't take anything away from the Canadian team, but for our program and win and beat a Canadian team on Canadian soil, a team that won 5 straight gold medals, that was a big day. It was a happy day for the USA Hockey family.
The U17 team also picked up a win in their championship up in Canada. You're looking for the hat trick, obviously, in February in Vancouver?
Yes, we are, but I mean, let's be realistic about this. We have the youngest team in the field. We have one of the smaller teams in the field. This team, this U.S. Olympic team, on average is 5 years younger than the teams in Torino or Nagano. We've turned the page on what I call the greatest generation of U.S. players, with the older group that performed so well. So there's not going to be anyone picking us to win anything. There's not going to be a dime bet on us in Vegas. We know that. Canada's a prohibitive favorite. Russia close. I think a lot of people think Russia will be their main competition. I'd say Sweden, if they get the goaltending, will also be there. But we're going as underdogs, so we're going there to win.
What are some of the strengths of your team? You mentioned it being a young team, but what do you think are some of the things that can help you in achieving a successful Olympic tournament?
I think the under-18 program is probably the most radical development in USA Hockey in the last 50 years. It's been the under-18 program. And the vision that Digger and Tony Rossi and Dave Over, the vision they showed putting that program in and funding it. I was there for the entire debate. In my capacity as the vice president of the NHL at the time, I was present for it. It was very contentious. A lot of people think USA Hockey is a volunteer organization and they should put the bulk of their money into grassroots hockey. And to talk them into this position was a difficult thing, but it was a great investment. I think that's why we've got the player pool now. The strengths on our team, I'd say, would be we've got skill in the top 6 forwards. I try to build my teams around the top 6 bottom 6. That's no secret. But we've got some size and we've got some good specialists in the bottom 6. And our goaltending, I think, is probably our strongest suit.
You're here in Portland this weekend at the AHL All-Star Classic. Talk about the importance of the American Hockey League, both in building an NHL team and an Olympic team. Such players like Mike Commissar who have been in an All-Star game at this level and actually in this building.
Exactly. And the American Hockey League is a vital importance to the NHL, and I think in a cap system it takes on even greater importance, where it's critical that you draft and develop your own players. And in a cap system, that's really the teams that have had success or done that. And to me, having been involved at the GM level really since 92, 93, I guess it was, 92, 93 season, and then work at the league, and then back, I guess I'm on my 4th or 15th. That whole time, the American Hockey League has been a primary focus for me. It's where we train our players, it's where we train our coaches, it's where we train our officials. And I think the American League is just a wonderful, wonderful organization.
As a general manager, do you look for anything special at these All-Star games, or do you look just to have a good time and enjoy the atmosphere in Portland?
Well, I think more the latter. I think these things degenerated into European skill competition a long time ago. Players stopped hitting in the All-Star game. There was a time when they fought and hit in All-Star games. That era is gone. And so I think you have to accept it for what it is. It cracks me up when people complain about, well, there's no hitting. Well, there isn't. It's just like no one throws at batters in the Major League Baseball All-Star game. So these games are a celebration of skill. They should be fun. People should have fun, and people will have fun if they come to the game tonight. They're going to see an entertaining, skill-packed group of young players having a good time. And Portland's a great city, so it's I was fortunate enough to play here, and it's nice to be back. So it'll be a fun night.
Brian, I really appreciate you taking some time with me. Enjoy the weekend.
My pleasure. Thank you.
That's Brian Burke, General Manager of the Toronto Maple Leafs. I'm DJ Abisalih for the Main Hockey.